Hello, everyone, and welcome back to yet another political episode. Yesterday was election day in Ohio, and Ohio voters got presented with a ballot measure on the standards to qualify an initiated constitutional amendment. And basically, it's elevating these standards and kind of making it a little complex, a little to so that people that aren't supposed to be voting, for example, minors and once minors and double voters and immigrants the who aren't U.S. citizens yet. Just to clarify, they aren't those three factions aren't supposed to be voting because believe it or not, there's always a small percentage of those to be added. Uh, so what the Ohio ballot measure is suggesting is, in order to qualify a passed amendment, the ballot measure must at least get an approval of 60%. Then it would be passed. This would mean even if it was 59% of the voting margin, this wouldn't be passed. Let's use this ballot measure for example. This ballot measure said no, like let's just say this was a ballot measure, for instance. No one by 57%, that wouldn't be able to pass. No yes would win, despite having 42% and despite being defeated by a double margin. Uh, when it comes to that, on once again, a big margin, a double-digit margin, it still wouldn't have passed because it's not 60%. Or being super specific. So that was what this ballot measure was suggesting. A lot of people were like, what the heck? Why is this on the ballot measure? Like, seriously, why would someone suggest that? And the reason for this is like I said, so to kind of cross out the votes that are kind of illegal votes when it comes to that. This ballot measure was overwhelmingly rejected by the Ohioan libertarian population. Libertarian population of Ohio is I knew that they would reject this by a big margin. Everyone's like, and this thing says that the initiative was defeated by 57% to 43% amid unusually high voter turnout. Unusually high. I'm going to be very skeptical on that. I think we knew that this ballot measure was going to be rejected. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I think no will probably win by a little bit. No, they're going to win by a lot because what you're specifically saying is, oh, voter turnout once again uh, is once again it doesn't matter. The people don't really necessarily. You have to really work hard to win. You get what I'm saying. Most people want the majority of the vote. You win, right? That's simple, and I don't want to complicate that. Then again, and some people don't get the reasoning of the said trying to filter out the votes that once again are most likely illegal. So, and also, Democrats, as we know, pushed uh, the no button over and over and over and over because they have an important ballot measure that they are hoping to ace it on in November, and that is abortion. We have talked about the ballot measures. I believe 6 ballot measures so far of U.S. states, 6 states that did ballot measures. All 6 states decided to protect the woman's rights to choose. Ohio has been a pro-choice state and has had abortion ballot measures, and it has recently, I don't know if it got more pro-life, but the recent ballot measures we looked through history, abortion was uh, Ohio was more on the choice side. So I'm predicting Ohio will probably go for choice. Number one, they have all these cities. Number two, it's libertarian, once again, very libertarian, very centrist, despite being, I don't know what you like to call it, 60% Republican. It doesn't matter if it voted against Biden multiple times, it's still libertarian. So yes, a lot of people, Republican Party of Ohio, endorsed yes, because once again, this is going to be rejecting ballot measures that will support women's rights. Once again, well, by women's rights I mean abortion rights. I should clarify that. Excuse me. Abortion when it comes to that. Uh, so and once again, Republican Party is aiming to protect uh, human life at the said to conception. So the unborn, as we know, that's what they support when it comes to this. So this ballot measure, I don't think abortion had so much to do with it as they're saying. It's the fact that you need 60% for a vote for the whole ballot measure to pass, and that's a little sus. I mean, I don't really have an opinion on it, to be honest with you. I don't really have an opinion when it comes to this ballot measure specifically. Once again, this ballot measure does allow conservatives to pass a lot of laws, but ultimately it could lead to a liberal backlash, a liberal buildup of anger, and there you go. We have a blue Ohio. So I'd say it is what it is. I kind of knew this wasn't going to pass at all. 57%, that's a lot of votes. And the polling was terrible. I mean, seriously, terrible. We don't have any predictions. We don't have any. I mean, in July, early July, there was a 57%. That's the biggest one yet. And July 9th, our July poll earlier in June suggested that yes would win by a little bit. And then in July again, yes would win by a little. Okay, these polls were horrible. And they should have done more polling. All right, so let's take a look at who sides with yes and who sides with no. Notable politicians that sided with yes would be Mike Pence, Vice President of the United States, U.S. Senator J.D. Vance, and Governor Mike DeWine. Let's see here. I think most of these who said yes are Republicans, to clarify once again, but they're not to mention there are some Republicans that endorse no, like John Kasich of Ohio, and the former governor endorsed the no here. Bob Taft, 67th governor of Ohio, endorsed no. And mainly you get politicians like Sherrod Brown who endorsed no here. So what are your thoughts on the ballot measure? Is this going to hurt the Ohio GOP, or is this going to put Ohio in a more critical state or a battle state in 2024? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next political episode.